Hello guys, welcome back to another Fallout Shelter video. So in this video we're going to be doing the quest, A Settler Needs Your Help. So basically we're going to find Preston Garvey in the Kendall Hospital. So the rewards include 1 rare outfit, 2,000 caps, and 1 rare junk. So the requirements for this quest include that your vault dwellers have to be level 50. Miniman Preston Garvey has gotten himself stuck in the Kendall Hospital surrounded by feral ghouls and who knows what else. Save him. Anyways guys, let's start the quest. So for this quest we're going to keep the vault dwellers the same. So we're going to have Colonel Autumn, Confessor Cromwell, and we're also going to have Alistair Tenpenny. But right now they're all dressed up as Minutemen. So for this quest we're going to have Minutemen try to save the Minutemen leader, Preston Garvey. So right now I'm just checking the building size, so it seems to be like 4 stories I guess. Anyways, let's get into this first room. Also, I want to point out that the Minutemen uniform isn't a requirement, meaning that you don't need to have the Minutemen uniform in order to do this quest. So our first enemies are ghouls, so we got about 5 ghouls in this room. And something I want to add to the ghouls is that sometimes the ghouls actually give you radiation and sometimes they don't. So I don't know if that's a glitch, because if you can see Colonel Autumn all the way in the back, he is getting radiation damage, but I don't see Alistair Tenpenny or Confessor Cromwell getting radiation damage. So I don't know what it's dependent on, maybe it is just a glitch. So right now we just finished up this room. So you can see that Colonel Autumn did get some radiation damage, so we're going to give him a Radaway and we're also going to give him a stim pack. So we got 2 Radaways and a couple of caps from this room. So let's just move on to the next room. So the next room we do get some ghouls, some more ghouls, and that's probably because in the start of this quest we heard that Preston Garvey was surrounded by ghouls. So I'm pretty sure the only enemies that we're going to have in this quest are going to be only ghouls. So right now we're just going to collect the caps, and we also got a legendary junk. So again we have more ghouls in this next room. So let's just see if these ghouls actually give us radiation damage or not. So from what I can see, I think they are giving radiation damage to all the vault dwellers, but I'm pretty sure like the last time that they were giving so little radiation damage that you couldn't even see it, but right now it's accumulated, so now you can see that they do get radiation damage. So it's probably not a glitch, it's just that they give so little radiation damage that you can't even see it in the health bar. So let's just go into this next room, and again we do have feral ghouls. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some critical hits in this room, because we're due for some. But before that happens, let's just heal Colonel Autumn, who needs a stim pack. And we're also gonna save this critical hit for the next feral ghoul, because right now the feral ghoul's almost done. We're also gonna heal Confessor Cromwell with a Radaway and a stim pack. But right now it's useless to use a critical hit because almost all of them are done. So we're actually going to save any critical hits we got this room, and we're going to use them in the next room. So now we're just going to collect the loot from this room, and we're also going to heal Alistair Tenpenny with a Radaway and also a stim pack. So let's just move into the next room, which is also the last room of this floor. After this floor we're going to go to the lower floor. So we have only 3 ghouls in this room. So instead of using the critical hits, I'm actually going to save them, because right now it's like 1 versus 1, so it's not an uneven fight. So I'm only going to use the critical hits when they're like outnumbered, so it's like 6 versus 3, that's when I'll actually use the critical hits. So for right now we're just going to collect the loot from this room and go to the lower floor. Alright, so in this room it seems like there's no ghouls, so we're just gonna collect the loot. So we got a couple of caps, and let's just move into the next room. So in this room we also don't have any enemies, and we also don't have any loot in this room, so we're just gonna automatically go to the next room, which has feral ghouls. I think there's like 5 or 6. So right now we are gonna use the critical hits because we are outnumbered. So we're only gonna use 2 because right now Confessor Cromwell already has the other one damaged, so we're not even going to use the other critical hit, because right now they're almost done. Alright, so now we're just gonna collect the loot from this room, which is only caps. So let's just move on to the next room, which has ghouls. So I'm pretty sure there's only 3 ghouls. And now we're gonna use Professor Cromwell's critical hit on one of the ghouls. So that takes one of them out, and now there's only 2. So they're almost down. Now they are. So the ghoul only gave us a camera. And we're also gonna heal Colonel Autumn. And now let's just move into this next room, which doesn't have any enemies and also doesn't have any loot. So right now we're just gonna move on to the next room automatically. And I think this is the last room of this floor. And it does have feral ghouls. So because we already used all our critical hits in the other rooms, we're gonna actually have to finish off these ghouls normally. We also have some Vaulters that are weak on health, like Alistair Tenpenny and Professor Cromwell, so we're gonna keep an eye on them so they don't actually die. So right now there's only 1 ghoul left, and now we just finished up this room, so we're just gonna collect the loot. So we're gonna collect the ghoul. He was actually right in the doorway. We got a stim pack and also a camera. I'm also gonna heal up Professor Cromwell and Alistair Tenpenny because they were low on health. And now we're just gonna move on to the 3rd floor. So we're gonna actually move on to this elevator, and we're just gonna go into the first room, which only has loot. So we got an outfit, and now let's just move on to the next room. So in this room we have a couple of ghouls, and we also have a glowing one. So we have a glowing ghoul. So right now we're gonna try to finish off the glowing ghoul first, because it does so much radiation damage. So right now you can see that Alistair Tenpenny is getting radiation damage, and so is Colonel Autumn. And we also are getting some critical hits, but I'm not going to use the critical hit on the ghoul that was low on health, but we're actually going to use it on the glowing one, which instantly kills it. And now we only have 1 ghoul. But for right now, I'm just going to heal up Alistair Tenpenny, and I think I just misclicked, so hopefully I could click him right back. Now that they're back in the room, we can actually loot it. So we got a couple of caps, we got 3 stim packs, and we also got an outfit. So right now we're just gonna click them to the next room. And we do have enemies in this room. We actually have 2 Deathclaws and 1 Alpha Deathclaw. So we're immediately gonna use the critical hit on the Alpha Deathclaw. So we got a ×5 damage on that Alpha Deathclaw, which puts him to half health. And right now we're just healing anybody that needs health because we don't want anybody to die. So we're gonna use Professor Cromwell's critical hit on that Deathclaw, which instantly kills it. And as you can see, the Alpha Deathclaw is almost going to die. So right now we're actually gonna heal Alistair Tenpenny, because you don't want to underestimate an Alpha Deathclaw. So now both of them, or all of them, are done. So we're gonna heal Colonel Autumn, and we have 3 stim packs, and we also got a lunchbox. Anyways, let's just move into the next room. And I think we just found Preston Garvey. So it says, "Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing is impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minutemen. I came here to search for supplies when these ghouls got the drop on me. I'm ready to go whenever you are." So it gives us some speech options. So it says, "Any bad guys I should look out for around here." Then the other one says, "Find anything useful in here." And the last one says, "Minutemen." So we already know who the Minutemen are. They're the protectors of the Commonwealth, basically. Find anything useful here. I'm pretty sure we looted anything or almost everything. After this, we're gonna actually loot the top floor, and any bad guys I should look out for. So I'm gonna pick the top one because maybe he might give us another quest or something, because he might give us directions to another bad guy, which gives us another quest. So we're gonna pick that one. So any bad guys I should look out for around here. So Preston Garvey says, "There's a glowing one I saw somewhere around here. Look out for her." Alright, so I'm pretty sure we got Preston Garvey as a vault dweller, and I think he's going back to our vault. So let's just continue on this quest and get the loot from this room. So we got a cap, and we also got a shovel. So this is the last room of this floor, and after that we can just use the elevator to get to the top floor. But right now we have some mole rats, so I don't think we're gonna have any more ghouls. We might have though. So we're just gonna finish off these mole rats. So we already finished off 2, and now there's 2 remaining. And now there's only just 1. So after we finish off this mole rat, we're just gonna collect any loot from this room. So the mole rat just gave us 2 stim packs, and now we just got some caps, and we also got a shotgun. So we're just gonna go on to this elevator to the top floor, which is also the last floor. So another thing I wanted to talk about is the Minutemen uniform. So the Minutemen uniform is based off the Minutemen, and the Minutemen also used a weapon called the laser musket. Now I was going to equip all the Minutemen with a laser musket, but then I found out how much damage it actually does, and even though it's a legendary weapon, it only does a max damage of 13. So as you can see right here, my Vault Dwellers have weapons that do over 20 damage. So if I were to equip them with the laser musket, I probably would have already died, because it does so little damage. So that's the reason why I didn't equip them with the laser musket too. Like, imagine just using a laser musket trying to take down an alpha Deathclaw. You'd probably die, or probably lose all your stim packs before you actually finish the quest. So that's one of the main reasons why I didn't equip them with the laser musket. But I did just equip them with the Minutemen uniform, just so that we could save the Minutemen leader, Preston Garvey. So let's just move on to the next room. And I don't think we have any, well actually we do have enemies. We got some mole rats. So we got 3 mole rats, and I don't think we have any critical hits. So we can just, oh, we do have a critical hit, but we're not going to use it because they're almost done. So now we're just going to collect the caps from this room and move on to the next room. So this room doesn't have any enemies, but it does have loot, so we just got a shotgun. So let's just quickly move on to the next room, and I think we only have 1 to 2 more rooms left. So in this room we have 3 ghouls, and instead of using the critical hit on the ghouls are almost finished, so we're actually going to save both of the critical hits. So we have no ghouls remaining, so we're just going to collect the loot, which is 1 stim pack, and we're also going to heal Alistair Tenpenny with a stim pack. So this is the last room, and we're actually going to use the 2 critical hits that we didn't use in the last room. So now we're going to use them. So that instantly kills 1, and we're also going to use the other critical hit. But first we're going to have to heal Colonel Autumn, which needed a stim pack and also a rat away. So now we're going to use the critical hit, but the ghoul that we're going to use it on automatically died, so we're going to use it on the next ghoul. So right now we're just going to loot this room. So we got a microscope, we got an outfit, and we also got a stim pack. Anyways guys, I'm going to wrap this quest up right here. So I'm going to show you the layout of the actual quest. So it was 4 stories, and it was also pretty wide for a building. So right now I'm also going to show you the loot that we got in this mission. So I'm just going to back out and show you the objectives. So the loot that we got from this quest is Preston Garvey, which is a legendary dweller. We also got a lunchbox, a legendary junk, about 7,500 caps, and 0 Nuka-Cola Quantums. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for this quest. But before I end this quest, I'm going to actually show you what we got for Preston Garvey. So after we finish the quest, Preston Garvey will show up at your vault. And there's something unique about him, and that's basically he's level 1, and also his stats are pretty low for being a legendary vault dweller. So his highest stat is endurance, which is a 3. So usually when you get a legendary vault dweller, their stats are going to be pretty high, and also they're not going to be level 1. So I don't know if this glitched on me or something just happened, I don't know. But also I want to say that if you already had Preston Garvey, just like me, I already had him before I did this quest. So you can still get another Preston Garvey even if you had one before doing this quest. Anyways guys, I'm going to end the video right here. So like the video if you did, I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe for more Fallout Shelter content, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be next week.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.